Alright, and that was the truck in sport mode. Yeah, no, I was pretty surprised that this thing has the sport mode too. Disregard the gas light and disregard this truck having 19,000 miles already in 1 year of ownership.
I'm 12 years old, and what is this?
I am 12, and what is this? So for those of you who don't know what this is a 2018 Ford F-150 XL. And that's it. It's just an XL. There's nothing. This is literally the fleet version. This is the workhorse version of the F-150s. You can't get any lower than this. And so far, in 1 year of owning it and putting, well, you saw 19,000 miles in 1 year, which is super high, at least for me anyways. No complaints, guys. Truck is awesome. I've already done a couple of modifications to it. Probably more to come as soon as I have a nice steady income for this. Joking aside, I will do a 1 year review of owning this thing. As you guys saw, I did put 19,000 within a year. And the short of the long of it is that this thing is awesome. No complaints so far. I haven't had any real issues, apart from some technical stuff that I will mention later on. Not only mention technical stuff, but also a bunch of recalls that I got for this truck. I think I have 3 or 4 on the list waiting. I haven't had the time to go to the dealership yet, but I plan to. Yes, Ford is probably the leading manufacturer in recalls. I think I get a letter from them every other month. I don't know. I mean, in terms of drivability and reliability, it's been pretty good for me so far within the year and 19,000 of owning it. Guys, I'm getting ahead of myself. That is another video that's going to be way more detailed, and I have a lot more explanations on that stuff. Mainly, I wanted to talk about the exhaust. Now, as you guys know, the XL version comes with a 3.3 liter V6, which, you know, is the workhorse version, as I mentioned before, of the F-150s. Now, as you guys know, I do like tinkering and modifying things. My STI, for example, and obviously this truck, I've done a couple of things to it. But the big thing I want to do to it is change out the exhaust. Well, let's be honest, guys, you heard it. It's not the loudest, and it doesn't sound the greatest either. I don't know, it's too quiet for my taste, guys. That might be a good thing for you, but for me, I don't know. I need a little bit more oomph. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate saying you should have gone with the 5.0 or should have gone with the EcoBoost. This is pretty much what I needed, and it was in my income bracket, guys, so I don't need to justify that for you punks out there. Had to go with this option. I got to work with what I got, is what I'm saying. The point I want to make is that I have a 6-cylinder. Now, generally, 6 cylinders don't sound that great. There are a few exceptions. Jaguar, BMW, Alfa Romeo, and a couple others that I can't name right now. But the huge difference between this and that is that those are sports cars, and this is a truck. And the 3.3 liters that I'm referring to, those are found in like Expeditions, I think, or in Explorers or something like that. Not really top tier performance cars, guys. So that's the dilemma here. So I am on the hunt right now to see what's out there, what sounds good for this. It's gonna be very difficult. When I bought the exhaust from my Subaru, first of all, I had to go find somebody that had the exhaust already installed so that I could actually physically hear it in person rather than just buying an exhaust and, you know, hoping it sounds good. So I'm pretty picky when it comes to exhausts, especially for a truck that's a 6-cylinder. There's a very fine line between sounding decent and sounding very ricer and crappy. So I'm on the hunt, guys. I'm out there looking. I'm gonna keep looking, but in the meantime, I'm gonna show you just some stock sound clips of the 3.3 liter 6-cylinder F-150. Now, this thing for some reason has its days. When I do a start, sometimes this thing will have a deep growl, and it surprises me. I really wish I recorded all the starts, because it's hit or miss. Sometimes I'll get a really nice deep tone growl. Sometimes I'll get a weak, puny bark like you just heard right now. Pretty quiet. You can hear it, kind of hear it a little bit. And I have no gas. And I have to change my oil soon. Not bad. We'll just let the car sit for a little bit, just for a couple of seconds. Then we'll give it some beans, even though I have low gas. It's there. It's there. In typical V6 fashion. Testing, 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 testing. Oh my God.